deep slate tile, skeleton, red heart, deep slate, red heart, red heart, red heart, skeleton, deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks. Strip, pale oak, strip, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak, deep slate tile, pale oak, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak plank, deep slate tile, strip, pale oak log. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate, pale oak, deep slate, pale oak, deep slate, pale, strip, pale oak, deep slate tile, pale, deep slate tile, pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, pale oak planks. Strip, pale oak, strip, deep slate, pale oak planks. Pale oak planks, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks, strip, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak log. Pale oak planks, strip, pale oak planks. Strip, pale oak log. Strip, pale oak planks. Strip, pale oak, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Strip, warps, strip, pale oak, warp slab, strip, pale oak log, pale, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak, strip, warp slab. Pale, warp slab, pale oak, warp slab, pale oak, strip, pale oak, pale, deep slate, shulker box. Deep slate tile, shulk, pale oak planks. Shulker box. Deep slate tile, shulk, deep slate tile, pale oak planks. Pale oak, strip, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak, strip, deep slate tile, strip, warped, pale oak, strip, pale oak log, pale oak, strip, pale oak log, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Strip, deep slate, pale oak, strip, pale oak, warp, strip, deep slate, pale oak, deep slate, strip, pale, deep slate, strip, deep slate, pale oak planks. Strip, deep slate, strip, pale, deep slate, strip, pale oak, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale, strip, pale oak, strip, pale, deep slate, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Strip, pale oak, strip, deep slate, strip, pale oak, deep slate, strip, pale oak planks. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, polish, pale oak, strip, 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 pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak log, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Pale oak, cobbled deep, pale oak, deep slate, strip, deep slate, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Deep slate tiles. Shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Dirt, grass, cobbled, dirt, cobbled deep slate. cobbled deep slate. Strip, deep slate, dirt, deep slate, cobbled, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak, warped, pale, deep slate tiles. Calcite. Orange bed. Oak log. Orange bed. Calcite. Pale oak planks. Grass, warp door, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak log. Deep slate tile, creeper, deep slate tile, arrow, deep slate, pale oak, strip, skeleton, pale oak, deep skeleton, cobbled, strip, pale, deep, cobbled, deep, pale oak, skeleton, deep slate tiles, bone, deep slate tiles. Zombie, zombie. Deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak log. Deep slate tiles. Cobbled deep, skeleton, grass block, cobbled, dirt, deep slate, cobbled deep slate, grass block, cobbled deep slate. Decorated pot. Strip, magenta, spruce, magenta, grass block, arrow, bone. Grass block. Bow. Spruce, magenta, spruce door, spruce, stone cutter. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Grass, dirt, grass, deep slate, grass, deep slate, cobbled, deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled, chiseled, cobbled deep slate. Deep, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate, chiseled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate. Chiseled, cobbled, grass, cobbled deep, chiseled deep slate, cobbled deep, grass, deep slate, cobbled, dirt. Deep slate, cobbled deep, chiseled deep, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate tile stairs, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate bricks. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled, chiseled, cobbled, deep slate tile stair, deep slate tile stair, chiseled, deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate, chiseled, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled, chiseled, cobbled, deep slate tile stairs, cobbled, deep slate tile stairs, cobbled deep slate. Chiseled, deep slate tile stair, chiseled, deep slate tile, cobbled, deep slate tile stair, cobbled, deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled, deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate. Chiseled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile stair, cobbled deep slate. Chiseled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate, cobbled grass, cobbled deep slate bricks. Deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate, cobbled dirt, grass block. Deep slate tiles, grass, deep slate tile stairs, dirt, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tiles. red heart, spider, deep slate tiles. Pale grass block, string, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles, deep slate, grass block. Cobbled deep slate tiles. Stripped pale oak log. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, strip, deep slate tiles. Dirt, grass block. Dirt. Deep slate tile, dirt, grass block. Cobbled, deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled, deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate bricks, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate tile stair, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tile stairs, deep slate, cobbled deep slate tile, deep slate, cobbled deep slate tile stairs, deep slate brick, cobbled deep slate brick, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate tile stair, chiseled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile stairs, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate tile stairs, cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate, chiseled deep slate tile stairs. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate. Strip deep slate tile, strip cobbled deep slate, grass deep slate tiles. Zombie. Deep slate, pale oak planks. Skeleton. Deep slate tiles. Dirt. Grass block, cobbled creeper, grass block. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled creeper, pale oak, deep slate, zombie. Pale oak, spider, pale oak, deep slate, strip, pale oak bone. Rotten flesh. Strip, deep slate, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Pale oak, creeper, deep slate tile, strip, deep slate, skeleton, deep slate, pale oak, strip, pale oak, gunpowder. Bow. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale, deep slate, cobbled skeleton, deep slate, cobbled deep slate, creeper, deep slate tile stairs. Gunpowder, cobbled, grass block. Deep skeleton, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile stairs. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, pale oak, strip, blacks, pale oak, blacks, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Yellow shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Stone cutter. Spruce planks, crafting table. Spruce planks, chest. Deep slate tiles. Strip, blacks, pale oak, blacks, deep slate, grass, pale oak, blacks, strip, black stained glass pane. Strip, black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane. Pale, strip, pale oak, pale oak, black, polished, blacks, strip, pale oak, blacks, pale, strip, pale oak planks. Deeps, black stained glass pane. Grass block. Black stained glass, spider, red heart, spider, black stained glass pane. Strip, pale oak planks. Grass block. Pale oak, pale oak, strip, pale oak, pale oak plank, black stained grass, black stained glass, black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane, pale oak, pale oak planks. Black stained grass, black stained glass pane. Grass, pale oak, pale oak, strip, black stained grass, black stained glass pane. Black stained glass, pale oak, black stained glass pane, pale oak planks. Black stained glass pane. Deep blacks, strip, polished, pale oak, pale oak, grass, black stained glass pane. Black stained grass block. Black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane. Pale oak, grass, pale oak, black stained, black stained glass, deep slit, pale, strip, pale oak, pale oak, pale oak, grass, black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, pale, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak planks. Black stained glass, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Polished deep slit, grass, polished, black stained glass, pale, black stained glass pane. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, black stained glass pane. Deep slate bricks, deep slate tiles. Chest. Spruce planks. Crafting table. Deep slate tiles. Black stain, strip, pale oak, black stain, strip, pale oak, black stained glass, black stained glass pane, black stained glass pane, grass block. Black deep slate tiles, pale oak, black stained, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Cobbled calcite. Orange bed calcite. Deep slate tiles. Decorated pot. Trip magenta, spruce, spruce, chest. Glass pane. Chest. Glass pane. Yellow shulker box. Spruce planks, crafting table. Spruce planks, yellow spruce plank, anvil, chest. Furnace. Chest. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane. Cobbled grass block. deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, strip pale oak, polish, strip pale oak, pale oak plank, black stain, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Strip pale oak, black stained glass pane. Strip pale oak, pale oak planks. Pale oak plank, deep slate, polish, pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Pale oak, black stained glass pane. Pale oak plank, black stained glass, deep slate, black stained glass pane. Strip, pale oak, pale oak, strip, black stain, pale oak, black stain, strip, pale oak, black stained glass, strip, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Strip, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Strip, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Zombie, pale oak plank, rotten flat, strip, pale oak, strip, black stained glass pane, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Pale oak plank, black stained glass, strip, pale oak, black stained glass, black stained glass pane. Deep slate tile, black stained glass, black stained glass pane. Pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, pale oak, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Zombie. Deep slate, pale oak planks, rotten deep slate, pale oak planks, black stained, pale oak, black stained, pale oak, black stained glass, pale oak, pale oak, black stained glass, pale oak, black, strip, polished, black stained glass pane. Deep slate bricks, pale oak, black, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Pale oak, black stained glass pane, pale oak, strip, deep slate, black stained glass, deep slate, strip, pale oak log, deep slate brick, pale oak, strip, pale oak, pale, strip, pale oak, pale oak planks. Black stained, strip, black stained glass pane. Pale oak, black stained glass pane. Black stained glass pane. Polished deep slate wall. Pale oak planks, deep strip, pale oak, black, deep slate, black stained glass, pale oak planks, black stained glass pane. Strip, pale oak, black stained glass pane. Strip, pale oak, pale oak, strip, pale oak plank, deep slate tiles. Pale oak, deep slate brick, pale oak creep, deep slate brick stairs, deep slate brick stairs. Gunpowder. Polished deep slate, strip, deep slate tiles, strip, pale, zombie, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile, pale oak, strip, pale oak log. Deep slate, cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate tiles. Deep slate, zombie, pale oak, strip, creeper, deep slate tiles. Pale oak, deep slate tiles. Strip, grass, grass, warp door, grass block. Bone, short arrow. Grass, strip, deep slate tile, strip, strip, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks, deep slate tiles. Chest. Stone button. Stone cutter. Spruce planks, chest. Spruce planks, stone cutter. Spruce planks. chest. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile. Pale. Deep slate tiles. Spider. Hell, red heart, red heart, spider, deep slate, string, deep slate tiles, pale, deep slate, cobbled, deep slate, spider, cobbled, deep slate tiles, waxed, oxidized, deep slate tile, waxed, oxidized, cut copper stairs, deep slate tiles, waxed, cut copper slab, deep slate tiles, deep slate tiles. Waxed oxidized deep slate waxed ox deep slate waxed cut cop deep slate waxed oxidized cut copper stair deep slate waxed cut copper slab waxed cut copper slab deep slate tiles waxed cut copper slab waxed deep slate tiles waxed ox deep slate waxed deep slate waxed deep slate waxed ox deep slate tiles waxed cut copper waxed cut copper slab waxed cut copper slab deep slate tiles waxed cut copper deep slate waxed deep slate tiles waxed cut copper slab deep slate tile waxed cut copper slab deep slate tiles waxed cut copper slab deep slate tile, waxed cut copper slab. Deep slate tile, waxed cut copper slab. Waxed cut copper slab. Waxed cut waxed cut copper slab. Deep slate tiles, waxed cut copper slab. Deep slate tiles. Waxed cut copper deep slate tile waxed cut copper slab deep slate waxed cut copper deep slate tile waxed cut copper deep slate tiles deep slate waxed deep slate tiles waxed deep slate tile waxed deep slate waxed deep slate tile waxed deep slate waxed cut copper slab deep slate tile waxed deep slate waxed deep slate waxed deep slate waxed cut copper slab deep slate tiles deep slate waxed creeper waxed oxidized cut deep slate waxed deep slate tiles waxed cut copper slab deep slate tile waxed cut deep slate waxed oxidized cut copper stairs waxed deep slate tiles waxed cut copper waxed deep slate waxed cut copper stairs deep slate waxed cut copper slab waxed cut waxed deep slate tile waxed deep slate tiles waxed cut copper slab waxed oxidized waxed deep slate tiles waxed cut waxed cut pale waxed deep slate waxed cut copper waxed cut copper slab waxed cut copper deep cobbled waxed cut waxed deep slate pale waxed deep slate tiles calcite oak log orange bed calcite deep slate tiles waxed cut copper deep slate tiles waxed oxidized waxed cut deep slate pale oak black deep slate tile cobbled dirt grass cobbled deep slate waxed cut copper slab waxed oxidized deep slate tile cobbled deep waxed oxidized cut stripped pale oak waxed cut copper slab waxed oxidized, deep slate tiles. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled deep slate, waxed cut copper slab, waxed deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks, waxed deep slate tile, deep slate, pale warped grass block, warped grass block, short grass, string. Black stained glass, pale oak strip, pale oak planks. Short grass. Grass block. Short grass. Deep slate bricks, grass, warped, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Waxed, deep slate tile, strip, skeleton, strip, deep slate tiles. Deep slate, dirt, deep slate, pale oak, string, bone, cobble, grass, deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks, strip, deep slate tiles. Black stone slab, smooth, block of, polished, white black chest. Black stone stairs. Chest. Black stone stairs. Chest. Black stone stair. Chest. Black stone stair. Chest. Black stone stair. White carpet. Crafting table. Black stone stair. Black stone slab. Chest. Black stone stair. Chest. Polished crafting table. Blackstone. Chest. Blackstones. Crafting table. Blackstone stairs. Crafting table. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks. Strip pale oak log. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile. Crafting table. Deep slate tile. Dirt. Cobbled dirt. Warp door. Cobbled deep slate. Crafting table. deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate, deep slate tile, crafting table, deep slate tiles, dirt, cobbled, dirt, cobbled, warped, cobbled deep slate, warped door, cobbled deep slate, dirt, warped door, dirt, warped deep slate, dirt, grass, cobbled, warped door, cobbled deep slate, pale, crafting, deep slate tile, crafting table, deep slate tiles, deep slate tiles, deep slate tiles, dirt, grass block, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tiles, cobbled deep creeper, grass block, cobbled grass block, cobbled deep slate, warped, cobbled deep slate tile, warped deep slate, cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate tiles, pale deep slate tile, pale warped door, pale oak deep slate, pale oak warped deep slate, pale oak strip, deep slate tile, warp, pale oak strip, pale oak warped deep slate strip, deep slate tiles, cobbled pale pale oak cobbled deep slate tile stairs, deep slate tile stairs, deep slate tiles, warped door, deep slate warped strip, pale oak planks, cobbled deep slate, pale cobbled deep slate tile, strip, deep slate tile, strip, furnace, strip, pale oak log, furnace, pale oak, pale oak, furnace, pale oak, furnace, pale oak planks, strip, pale oak, furnace, strip, warped, cobbled deep slate, warped door, deep slate tiles, crafting table, deep slate, cobbled deep slate tiles, warp planks, warp planks, warp planks, deep slate tiles, warp planks, deep slate tiles, warp planks, warp deep slate tiles, warp planks, deep slate tiles, warp deep slate tiles, warp planks, deep slate tiles, warp planks, warp planks, deep slate, warp planks, cobbled deep slate, warp plank, deep slate tiles, warp planks, waxed, deep slate tile, waxed, warp, spider, warp, red heart, spider, warp, deep slate, waxed, oxidized, deep slate tiles, warp, deep slate, waxed, deep slate tiles, waxed, deep slate, warp, warp planks, deep slate, warp planks, deep warp, deep slate, warp, deep slate tile, waxed, deep slate tiles, waxed warp planks, deep warp, deep slate tiles, warp planks, warp, deep slate tiles, warp, deep slate, waxed, oxidized, deep slate, warp, deep slate, string, deep slate, waxed, deep slate tile, pale oak, string, bone, waxed, warp planks, waxed, warp planks, furnace, waxed, oxidized, cut copper stairs, warp plank, deep slate, warp waxed deep slate, waxed oxidized, deep slate, deep slate tile, warp, waxed deep slate, waxed deep slate, waxed deep slate tile, warp, deep slate, warp planks, deep slate tiles, shulker box, deep slate tiles, warp, deep slate tile, warp, shulker box, deep slate tile, warped, deep slate, compost, deep slate, warped, cobbled, warped, deep slate tiles, deep slate tiles. Shulker box, deep slate tiles, warped planks. Brewing, warped planks, furnace, warped, deep slate tiles, called, warped planks, called, cobbled deep slate. Warped planks, warped, cauldron. Warped cauldron. Deep slate tile, warped planks. Deep slate, warped plank, deep slate tiles. Deep slate cauldron. Warped cauldron, warped cauldron, warped cobbled, warped cauldron, shulker box. Crafting table. Cave, chest. Blackstone stairs. Chest. Pale oak trap, chest. Blackstone stairs. Chest. Block of amethyst. Chiseled, smooth, chest. Shulker box. Called tripwire, called deep slate, shulker box. Deep slate tile, shulker, deep slate tiles. Warp planks. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate, warp planks. Deep slate tile, pale oak, warp, brewing stand. Warp plank, brewing, warp, furnace, brew, cauldron, deep slate, pale oak planks. Cobbled deep slate, furnace, crafting table. Pale, crafting table, strip, grass, deep slate, dirt, strip, deep slate tiles. Brewing, warp, deep slate tile, warp, deep slate, brewing, warp planks. Deep slate tiles. Crafting tape, deep slate, brewing, warp, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Warp planks, deep slate, shulker box. Warp planks. Spruce pressure plate, warp planks. Shulker box. Warp planks, pale oak, black, warp planks. Called, cobbled, deep slate. Cobbled, warp planks. Deep slate, warp planks. Warp, deep slate, warp, shulker box. Deep slate tiles, warp plank, deep slate tiles. Warp planks, deep slate tile, brewing, warp planks. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate, warp plank, deep slate tiles. Pale oak, pale oak, cobbled, pale oak planks. Pale, waxed cut copper, pale oak, waxed cut copper slab. Warp, deep slate tiles. Shulker box. Crafting table. Deep slate tiles. Shulker box. Deep slate tile. Cauldron. Cobbled chiseled barrel. Cobbled barrel. Cobbled deep slate. Barrel. Warp plank. Deep slate. Warp. Cobbled. Pale oak. Cobbled deep barrel. Cobbled barrel. Cobbled barrel. Cobbled deep slate. Barrel. Strip. Pale oak planks. Strip. Barrel. Deep slate. Pale oak plank. Barrel. Deep slate. Barrel. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak. Barrel. Pale barrel. Pale oak. Barrel. Strip. Pale oak. Barrel. Warp plank. Spruce. Warp. Deep slate. Cobbled. Pale oak. Barrel. Pale barrel. Pale oak planks. Strip. Pale barrel. Strip barrel. Cobbled deep barrel. Cobbled barrel. Cobbled. Strip. Chiseled deep slate. Strip. Pale. Cobbled deep. Warp. Spruce. Warp planks. Cobbled deep barrel. Cobbled deep barrel. Cobbled deep. Chiseled. Trip wire. Warp plank. Deep slate. Brewing. Deep slate. Crafting table. Warp. Brewing. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile. Warp. Deep slate. Warp planks. Deep slate tile. Barrel. Deep slate. Warp. Deep slate tiles. Warp planks. Warp plank. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Warp planks. Deep slate. Furnace. Pale oak. Warp door. Strip. Pale oak. Deep slate. Pale oak plank. Deep slate tile. Warp. Strip. Pale oak. Cobbled deep slate. Barrel. Cobbled barrel. Barrel. Cobbled barrel. Cobbled deep slate. Chiseled bookshelf. Chiseled. Cobbled deep slate. Barrel. Barrel. Cobbled. Furnace. Pale oak. Strip. Barrel. Strip. Barrel. Pale oak. Barrel. Barrel. Furnace. Furnace. Pale oak plank. Strip. Pale oak. Barrel. Pale oak. Barrel. Barrel. Furnace. Barrel. Furnace. Deep slate tiles. Shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Warp planks. Deep slate tile. Shulker box. Crafting table. Brewing stand. Warp. Pale oak planks. Pale oak plank. Shulker. Pale oak. Shulker box. Pale oak plank. Shulker box. Pale oak. Shulker box. Warp. Shulker. Pale oak. Strip. Pale oak log. Shulker box. Deep slate tile. Crafting table. Brewing stand. Shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Brewing stand. Deep slate. Pale oak. Strip. Pale oak. Pale. Shulker box. Shulker box. Pale. Shulker box. Pale oak planks, shulker box. Pale oak planks, furnace. Furnace. Deep slate warp, deep slate tile, waxed cut copper stairs, pale oak shulk, deep slate tiles. Shulker box. Strip pale oak, shulker box, pale oak, shulker box, pale, deep slate tiles. Warp planks. Pale oak, black, deep slate, waxed, pale, shulker, warp, deep slate tile, waxed cut arrow, deep slate, pale, red heart, pale, red heart, deep slate tiles, waxed arrow, deep slate, pale oak, deep slate tile, strip pale oak log, waxed oxidized cut copper stairs. Black stained glass, pale, black stained glass, strip pale oak log. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, strip, grass, warp, grass block. Grass block. Grass block. Short grass. Short grass. Grass block. Tall grass. Warp door. Deep slate, warp door, strip, deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, strip pale oak log, pale, deep slate tiles. Cobbled deep slate. Waxed cut, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles, warp trapdoor. Strip pale oak log. Pale oak planks. Strip pale oak log. Pale oak, strip, warp door. Polished deep slate wall. Cobbled deep slate. Polished deep, strip, polished black stained glass pane. Pale, polished, strip pale, polished deep slate wall. Cobbled deep slate. Tall grass. Warp trapdoor. Black stained glass, pale oak, warped grass block, deep slate, cobbled, deep slate tiles, cobbled, deep slate, pale oak, strip, warp door. Pale oak, warp door, strip, deep slate tile, strip, pale oak, strip, pale oak, red heart, pale oak, deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, warped, rotten, deep slate tiles, pale, deep slate tile, warped, pale oak, strip, pale oak, deep slate, zombie, red heart, deep slate tiles. Strip, deep slate tiles, rotten, strip, deep slate tile, pale, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale oak, cobbled deep slate, cobbled, grass, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile, waxed oxidized, waxed cut copper slab. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tile, shulker box. Deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tiles. Glowstone. Deep slate tiles. pale oak plank, deep slate, waxed cut copper slab, waxed deep slate barrel. Pale oak planks. Pale oak plank, strip warp trap, grass block. Warp door. Warp door, deep slate tiles. Glowstone. Deep waxed cut waxed oak glowstone deep slate tiles. Strip deep slate tile. Glowstone waxed oak waxed cut copper slab. Waxed oak deep slate tiles. Waxed deep slate tiles. Waxed cut copper slab. Waxed deep slate zombie. Deep slate waxed cut copper deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak, strip pale oak log, strip pale oak log. Deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak deep slate glowstone pale waxed cut pale oak deep slate tile skeleton deep slate pale oak deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate warp grass polished deep bone arrow deep slate warp deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Cobbled deep slate. Deep slate tiles. 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 Deep slate tile. Shulker box. deep slate tile, shulker box, deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, deep slate, waxed oxidized cut copper stairs. Waxed cut copper slab, deep slate, waxed cut copper slab. Deep slate tiles, pale oak planks. Deep slate tile, deep slate tiles. Black stone slab, calcite. Black, polished beacon, white, pale oak, black stone stairs, pale, polished chest. Polished basalt, chest. Barrel, black shulk, black stone, cyan, shulker, barrel. Cyan shulker box. Black stone stairs. Black chest. Black chest. Black chest. Black stone stairs, chest, black barrel, shulk, white car, shulk, black chest. Chest. Black stone slab, blacks, block of block of blacks, ender chest. Black stone stair, black stone slab, white shulker box. Calcite. Ender chest. Deep slate tiles. Decorated pot. Spruce planks, magenta, spruce, craft, spruce, blast, furnace. Chest. Glass pane. Chest. Oak sign. Chest, ender, furnace. Chest. Anvil. Ender chest. Furnace. Blast furnace, stone cutter. Smoker. Furnace. Chest. Red heart, red armor, glass pane. Armor stand, glass pane, spruce, armor, blast, spruce, glass pane. Chest. Glass pane. Spruce, anvil, glass pane. Armor stand. Spruce, red heart, red heart, red heart. Blast, furnace. Red heart, red heart, red heart. Spruce, armor, spruce plank, glass pane. furnace. Blast furnace, stone cutter. Deep slate tiles. Glowstone, deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Deep slate tile, cyan wool. Cyan wool. Deep slate tiles. Cyan wool, cyan wool. Deep slate tile, cyan wool, deep slate tile, smooth, deep slate tile, smooth, smooth core, smooth quartz slab. Deep, smooth core, cyan, smooth quartz slab. Cyan wool, deep slate, strip, smooth quartz slab. Deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak, deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Deep slate, cyan wool, deep slate, cyan wool, deep slate tile, deep slate tile, cyan wool. Smooth quartz, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Spruce door, stone cutter. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate, deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Cyan wool, deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak, deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Deep, cyan wool, cyan, smooth core, cyan, deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Smooth quartz, cyan wool. Deep, cyan wool, cyan, smooth quartz slab. Deep, cyan wool. Cyan wool. Cyan wool. Deep slate, cyan wool, smooth quartz, smooth quartz slab, deep slate tile, smooth quartz, smooth quartz, deep slate tiles, smooth quartz slab, smooth core, deep slate tiles, deep slate tiles, cyan wool, smooth quartz slab, deep slate tile, cyan wool, deep slate tile, cyan wool. Smooth, cyan wool. Deep slate tile, cyan wool, smooth, deep slate tiles. Cyan, smooth, deep slate tile, deep slate tile, smooth, cyan, cyan wool. Deep slate tile, smooth, deep slate tiles. Smooth quartz slab, deep slate, cyan wool, deep slate tile, cyan, deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, strip pale oak log, black stain, strip, pale oak, pale oak, cyan, deep slate tile, smooth core, deep slate tile, strip, deep slate tiles. Waxed cut, deep slate tiles. Creeper, waxed, deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tiles. Cyan wool. Deep slate tile, cyan, smooth, grass, black stained glass pane. Cyan wool, cyan wool, pale, black stained glass pane. Deep, cyan, glowstone, waxed cut, cyan wool, smooth quartz slab. Pale oak, strip, pale oak log. Oak log, orange bed. Oak log, glass. Deep slate tiles. Pale black, deep slate tiles. Pale oak planks. Deep slate tile, cyan wool. Deep slate tiles. Waxed cut copper, deep slate, waxed cut copper slab, deep slate tile, smooth quartz slab. Deep slate, waxed, deep slate tiles. Waxed cut copper slab, deep slate, smooth, deep slate tiles. Deep slate, waxed, deep slate, cyan, deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile, cyan wool. Deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak, strip pale oak planks. Strip pale oak, glowstone, shulker box. Deep strip, polished, pale oak, polished, pale oak, deep shulker box. Glowstone, deep slate, shulker box, deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak log. Waxed deep slate, warped planks. Deep slate tile, spruce, warped, deep slate tile, warped planks. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate, warped, deep slate tiles, warped barrel, waxed cut copper slab. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, strip, cyan, blacks, strip, pale oak planks, strip, pale oak planks. Black stained glass pane. Cobbled deep slate. Barrel. Cobbled deep slate. Cobbled barrel. Barrel. Cobbled barrel. Barrel. Cobbled barrel. Warp door. Cobbled deep slate. Cyan wool. Shulker box. Cyan wool. Cobbled deep slate. Spruce trapdoor. Cobbled deep slate. Barrel. Spruce trapdoor, barrel, cobbled, spruce trapdoor, cobbled, barrel. Cobbled, barrel, shulker box. Deep slate tile, shulk, deep slate, cyan, cobbled deep slate. Decorated pot. Spruce, magenta, chest. Oak sign. Chest. Glass pane. Oak's chest. Oak sign. Shulker box. Crafting table. Spruce planks. Shulker box. Grind, spruce, magenta, spruce door. Cobbled deep, pale oak barrel. Cobbled deep slate, barrel, spruce barrel, cobbled barrel. Cobbled deep slate, barrel. Barrel, spruce trap door. Barrel. Cobbled barrel. Pale barrel, spruce trap barrel, barrel, cobbled cyan wool. Cobbled deep slate. Cyan wool. Strip pale oak planks. Pale oak planks. Barrel. Barrel. Strip pale oak barrel. Deep slate tile, spruce barrel. Spruce trap barrel, spruce strip pale oak barrel. Barrel, spruce trap barrel. Deep slate tiles. Barrel. Deep cyan, deep slate, waxed, deep slate tile, brewing, warped, deep slate tiles, called, skeleton, warped, red heart, deep slate tile, zombie. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile, warped, shulker box. Deep slate tile, crafting table. Deep slate tiles. Shulker box, strip, deep slate, polish, cyan wool, spruce, barrel, deep slate, barrel, oaks, deep slate, barrel, oak stairs, barrel, pale oak planks. Pale oak plank, spruce, oak stairs. Pale, warped trapdoor. Waxed oxidized, warped brewing, pale oak planks. Shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Warped planks. Spruce door. Oak sign. Shulker box. Crafting table, shulker box. Warped planks. Waxed cut polished deep slate wall. Barrel, spruce, deep slate, barrel, spruce stairs. Barrel. Barrel. Spruce stairs. Pale oak planks. Pale oak, spruce stairs, pale oak, spruce stairs. Pale oak planks, spruce, pale oak planks. Spruce, pale oak plank, strip, pale oak, spruce trapdoor, barrel. Barrel. Spruce trap, spruce, pale oak planks. Warp, pale oak planks. Deep slate tiles. Pale oak plank, deep slate tiles. Chest, dark oak chest. Glass pane. Spruce planks. Shulker box. Anvil, ender chest. Shulker box. Spruce planks, spruce chest. Blast furnace. Chest. Spruce planks, shulker box. Spruce planks. Crafting table, shulker box. Oak sign. Crafting table, shulker box. Anvil. Glass pane. Chest. Shulker box. Anvil. Chest. Cobblestone stair. Spruce. Shulker box. Spruce planks. Shulker box. Spruce planks. Crafting table, shulker box. Spruce planks, shulker box. Spruce planks, chest, cobblestone stairs. Anvil. Red heart red, deep slate tile, cyan wool, strip waxed, barrel. Warp planks. Waxed ox, deep slate, spruce, deep slate, smoker, deep slate, barrel, deep slate tile, barrel, deep slate tiles. Waxed oxidized, deep slate tiles. Creeper. Deep slate tiles. Arrow. Deep composter. Gunpowder. Gunpowder. Composter, deep slate tile, waxed oxidized, deep slate tiles, pale oak, strip, pale, bookshelf, chiseled, strip, bookshelf, chiseled pale oak pale bookshelf, chiseled bookshelf, chiseled bookshelf, chiseled bookshelf. Strip pale oak, bookshelf, chiseled pale oak, spruce, spruce, pale oak, spruce, pale, bookshelf, spruce, chiseled bookshelf, spruce, bookshelf, chiseled spruce, bookshelf, spruce trapdoor, spruce, chiseled bookshelf, cyan wool, deep slate, pale oak planks, strip pale oak planks, chiseled, strip pale oak bookshelf. Chiseled spruce bookshelf, spruce trap, chiseled chiseled bookshelf, spruce chiseled, spruce trap, chiseled, strip, chiseled, pale oak, deep slate tiles. deep slate, deep slate, cyan, smooth quartz, deep slate, cyan wool, creeper. Red, experience orb. Smooth quartz, deep slate tiles. Waxed oxidized, waxed cut copper stairs. Deep slate tiles. Waxed oxidized, zombie, red heart, waxed strip, deep slate, waxed cyan wool. Waxed cut copper slab, waxed cut copper slab. Smooth, deep slate tiles, cyan wool, strip pale oak log. Deep slate tiles, waxed, deep slate tiles. Black stone slab. Smooth basalt, smooth, block of amethyst, blacks, cyan shulker bach, barrel, blacks, barrel. Black stone stairs. Barrel. Polished chest. Barrel. Craft, blacks, chest. Barrel. Black shulker box. Deep slate tiles, strip, deep slate tiles, strip, pale oak planks. Black, pale oak, waxed, deep slate, black, pale oak, black wool. Pale oak plank, deep slate tiles. Pale oak, black wool, strip, black wool. Deep slate tiles, waxed, pale oak planks. Black shulker box. Barrel. Black stone stairs. Pale oak plank, deep slate tiles. Warp, deep slate tile, warp crafting table. Deep slate tile, warp, spruce, crafting table. Warp planks, shulker, deep slate, warp planks. Deep slate tiles, shulker box. Crafting table. Shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Shulker box. Crafting table. Shulker box. Deep slate, crafting table. Warp planks, shulker box. Deep slate tile, crafting table. Warp planks, deep slate, waxed cut copper slab. Deep slate tile, shulker box. Crafting table. Shulker box. Deep slate tiles. Warp barrel, deep slate, pale oak, strip, black strip, pale oak, note, black wool, pale oak, note block, black wool. Pale, black wool. Strip pale oak planks, note, pale oak plank, strip pale oak log, barrel, spruce, smoker, deep slate tile, pale oak, deep slate, pale oak planks. Strip pale, note block. Harp F, strip, note block, spruce trapdoor. Pale oak plank, spruce trapdoor. Spruce trapdoor. Deep slate tile, strip, note block, strip pale, spruce trapdoor. strip, spruce, pale oak, spruce, strip, black wool, note block, spruce, strip, black wool, note block, deep slate tiles. Strip, pale, chiseled, smooth, deep slate, waxed cut copper slab, strip, pale oak plank, pale oak planks, pale oak planks. Waxed oxidized, waxed, shulker box. Waxed cut copper, waxed, warped, deep slate tiles. Pale, deep slate tiles. Polished deep slate wall. Pale oak plank, polished, pale oak planks, stripped pale oak log. Warped, deep slate, waxed, shulker box. Waxed cut copper slab. Pale, deep slate, smoker, deep slate tiles. Smoker. Deep slate tile, blacks, polished deep, cobbled deep, pale oak, cobbled deep slate, smoke, deep slate tile, cobbled deep slate brick stairs. Cobbled deep slate. Warp planks. Deep slate brick stairs, warp, tripwire, deep slate brick stairs. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate, polished deep slate, furnace, warped, tripwire, warp, deep slate tile, smoke, strip, deep slate brick, cobbled deep slate. Waxed oxidized, waxed, shulker box. Waxed oxidized, waxed, shulker box, waxed, deep slate tiles, waxed oxidized cut, pale oak, strip pale oak planks. Strip pale oak planks. Book, pale, bookshelf, strip chiseled bookshelf, chisel, pale oak planks. Chisel, bookshelf. Chisel, pale oak, chiseled book, pale oak, chiseled bookshelf, pale oak barrel. Chiseled barrel. Chiseled bookshelf, waxed oxidized bookshelf, barrel. Spruce trapdoor, barrel, spruce trapdoor, deep slate, pale oak planks. Spruce waxed, chiseled bookshelf. Barrel. Waxed deep slate, glowstone, deep slate tiles. Strip pale oak log. Strip pale oak log, deep slate tiles. Polished deep slate wall, deep slate cobbled, warped, cobbled, cyan wool. Polished deep slate, pale oak plank, note block. Base F/G. Strip pale oak, warp, grass block, warp door, grass block. Grass block. Grass, short grass,